everybody. So what we're looking at here is an engine that's off a 1972 Honda Z50. And this is the original engine. And we've got the cylinder head with the valves in it right here. And if you look at this, it's just got a ton of oil deposits. And this is not carbon that the piston cleaned up just with a wire brush. There was no carbon buildup at all. It was just all oil deposits. And this thing was smoking like crazy when it ran. So, there we go. Let's see, I'm having a problem with focus. So, I found the problem, but I just want to cover this really quick. People go to the fact that the rings aren't seating, or you got stuck rings, maybe a hole in the piston, valve guides, valve seal, all those things. But this was an error that was done when it was assembled. So it had been, from the time that whoever put this together, and see, it's got a 0.25 oversize. So somebody bored this out, put a new piston and rings in it, put it all together, and I guarantee you from the time that it was put together, it smoked like crazy. And so when I got this thing had like 50 weight in it or something. It was really heavy oil when I drained it out. So somebody, they were trying to stop it, but actually, I think that led to other problems. But our problem was, so you got the seal right here. This is on the oil passage, and there's one that goes. Got enough stuff in the way there, but that one goes in. Get my hand out of the way. Goes in right there on that oil passage, that O-ring. It's a square O-ring. And then there's a repeat of this, an identical one. Get out of there. That goes in right here. So it's between the cylinder head and the head with valves in it, and the oil passage seals off right here. But that's not what they did. I haven't messed with this at all, so I could take this video. If I can get that out of there. This is what's exactly how it came apart. So it's got this little tiny O-ring in here. Let's pop that out of there. And as you can see, it had zero sealing against the surface here, and actually was more of an orifice in the oil passage than it was anything else. So what was happening there, I popped this off, you can see the oil saturation on that. Isn't that crazy? So anyway, I cleaned this off once before, but I hadn't cleaned off that gasket so I could see it. But you could, I don't know if I can pick this up on the camera, but there is evidence where it's washed off, where the oil was getting sucked from here and across and into the cylinder. So it's creating a vacuum as the piston was in a downstroke and sucking oil across where it wasn't sealed here, and evidently the head gasket wasn't sealing against here, and so we have this oil just continually pulling across and burning in the cylinder. So that's where the problem is. So I'm going to clean this all up. Now, there was one other problem. I don't know if I can pick up on this, if I can get my light in there, right, and if you can see it. But the crosshatch on this, you can still see the crosshatch in it from the honing, but it is washed down. It has a lot of oil deposits kind of in between the hatches. So I'm going to have to go on and hone this out. I'm going to go back with the same exact rings. I see no problem with that at all. Pull the head down, make sure everything is good there, and put a new oil seal in on the valve guide. Call her done. put it back together, and I think she'll be perfect. We'll go a good quality gasket. This is kind of your bottom of the line cheap gasket to begin with. If it had been a good gasket, it may have survived this, you know. But anyway, it's good to always find the problem. Thought I'd share that with you and point it out. So not always is oil usage from, you know, the common stuff. Sometimes it's the odd stuff that pops up like this, and the person really needs to look at this, because had I not been looking for this, thinking about it, which I was, before I tore it down, I'd have instantly went to the fact that, you know, it's already been bored out, got this piston in it. I am going to replace the cylinder. In fact, I already purchased another cylinder here, and I was planning on replacing that and hopefully using the stock piston. I did not know it was an oversize. So anyway, I'd already purchased that. I was going to use that. I'm not. I'm going to go in, hone this out. I will check the taper on it, but there is no, I mean, there's no ridge on it at all. So I imagine we got zero taper in this cylinder. So I'll go in and hone this cylinder and rebuild this head and call her done. Put it together. So anyway, thanks for watching this. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe. That helps move me up the ladder in YouTube, and maybe make another $1 or $2 from them. This is important to me to be able to make enough to kind of pay for my time, because time is money, and these videos do take time. So I appreciate it. Have a blessed day.